Okay, y'all, keep in mind this is the my first house I've ever built. So, I'm just learning, sort of learning as I go. I do a lot of research on on YouTube, basically. So what the first thing you want to do is there is the model number, and that's a frog. What's up, dude? You got some time before that concrete's poured? That frog must like the light. Anyways, so before you get started, make sure you have it on the self stabilizing. I can't show you right now, but we'll get to that. Okay, first of all, this is the outer corner of my house, of the front porch, and I just got a wood decking screw, and notice that the screw is on the center. So yeah, the screw is on the inside. And we're gonna walk over here. And we're another look real quick. I actually messed up on the video before. I put the screws on the outside, like on the adjacent corners. Some odd reason I seen a YouTube video, and then I got to think, I was like, wait a minute. I put the metal stakes on the inside, and I should probably do that with the screws as well. And sure enough, it says on Google, you want the screws or whatever you want on the inside of the distance. That's what makes the complete distance inside within. Front porch is 38 feet long, and so I just got that. I hit that daggone screw. Okay, 38 feet long. Make sure you pull the measuring tape pretty tight, and then okay, so we got that. Now we're gonna go ahead and screw that screw in, and then we're going to bring that laser to this corner, and then we're gonna get to this screw right over here, which is I've already set. It may be off, but I went on and made that where it's a part of the front wall. It's 38 feet long, so I had the laser out a while ago. So from that screw to that very far screw where the laser is touching right now, it's 38 feet. So if it's off right here, I'm not gonna mess with it. But we're gonna see how accurate this is. And keep in mind, y'all, it's probably human error if it is off. Okay, you all, I got the laser at this corner now. That laser was there now, over there at that corner, and now it's here at this one. So I got the screws on the inside of the actual corner area, and it's looking like it's pretty accurate. But here, I know they actually have a professional thing where it's like you dial it in and it like slowly turns. I actually really need that right now because this is like almost like a two-person job. But right now, I can make it work. I just gotta like walk back and forth because I can't really see that screw that far. But basically, just like a small little budge like that, and it's really, I mean, we're talking about this, and it's, see, the laser's like not even moving, and it's moving. So let's see here, but let me look at that screw. You can like barely see the screw like light up. The camera might not pick it up. Actually, I bet you the camera can pick it up because it can see better me, but it's gonna be kind of hard to focus. Might be a good idea to use this camera for a better eye. So I'm eyeballing it. Yeah, see that screw lighting up like that? So sometimes I can see that, and sometimes I can't. But what you want to go to the left side, because remember, you want the screw to be on the inside of the laser, so it barely fades away like that. Now, before we run down there, let's double check this again. everything is like, the lasers are both butted up against that inside screw. All right, turn this off. We're gonna be walking. And what do y'all see? Here we go. That's really close. That's pretty much dead on. Now we are walking. Let's see here. Now we're back to the laser. Now we're walking to see the truth. And before I reveal the truth on this screw, sometimes I butted the boards and a freaking thing jarred it. It don't take much to jar that, and it was off. But sometimes that happens, but this time it's ready to go. And there you all go, folks. Pretty much absolutely perfect. But I will say that the measurements, remember I got the measure tape tied to that screw as well. So here's where the human error is. It's supposed to be 10 feet. Okay, so the reason why it's not quite 10 feet, for one thing, the laser line, I have to like show you with when I video edit, but the laser line was like right here. And as you've seen, the 10-inch mark was like right there. So I'm off about like 1/8 of an inch or 2. So I think that's actually good to go, as long as it's like not too far off. Like they say like 1 inch is pretty much borderlining. So I think 1/8 of an inch, I'm pretty sure like you just either cut up a board, or as long as they're like, you know, the plywood and everything is able to butt up against, you know, your typical 2x4 when everything is, or whatever it's going to be. So okay, yeah, so this is like kind of like a funky corner. So anyways, over there was my primary corner, and then that was my secondary corner, stationary corner. Okay, you all, this is the primary corner. So, and okay, make sure that you got it set to self-leveling. Okay, and I'll explain that right now. And also make sure you might want to get a steel measuring tape. You might want to get 2 of these of the same kind. And I just wanted to make sure that they're both the same and correct on the same day I bought them. I went out like 100 feet and they were both exact. Okay, so you want to make sure that with the 360 laser level that you do not want that one. That's like locked in, and I'm going to show you why. So this is like this, you know, it might be at a mounted on the uneven surface, and so yeah, your measurements will be really far off. But if you set it to self-level, so it's a little bit off, and then now it's kind of bouncing. But yeah, you would definitely, it'll start beeping once it's way out. Like if it's way out like that, it'll start beeping. But if you notice that it's moving around on the self-level, you're gonna set the laser to where you got them 2 running to save battery, and this is where you get your, that's where you get your 90-degree angle. Okay, so this is the primary corner, and that is the secondary corner. And that corner is what's most important right now, because we want that this is a stationary line as well. It's 48 feet long. This 48-foot long stationary line does not move. because we want this line to be parallel with the garage. So this will be the only line that is it's the main line that doesn't move. And basically, once we get that corner lasered with the laser, then that corner dictates what that corner is going to be. And then we're going to bring that laser to the secondary stationary corner. And then we're going to get that laser to bounce back. And then once we get that ready, then that laser would automatically show us the next corner. And basically, in theory, that's, you know, and then we're going to have a measuring tape strung out where I'm about to show you all. And all these distances I've already got with a laser, with a measuring tape. That one's 48, that one's 36, 48, 36.